And Kim wants us to get very little tables, so when you do the interview, sit there, perfect. You know.
Right here?
Right. So
Good.
So you can go outside and start.
Do I need to initial that or like put them on it?
Probably. Put your name on it. Very good. Okay.
Thank you. And again, I can, I'll just start this. Oh, it's already started. So I can keep the door closed for the sake, but say that it's open.
Right.
Okay.
Come in.
Hello, I'm Garrett. I'm a nurse here.
Oh, hey.
Do you mind if I come in and talk to you for a little bit?
No, please do.
I'm gonna keep the door open. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So what brings you in today?
Oh, well, I came in actually last night. It was kind of the middle of the night. I went to the emergency room first because I was, having some thoughts of suicide. I just have had a lot of things go on in my life recently that I just didn't feel, I wanted to do with anymore. So.
I see what you're saying. What kind of things would you say?
I've had a couple of, major losses. My parents both passed away in the last year, and then I lost my job. Just no fault of mine. The company unfortunately closed due to financial reasons, and I haven't been able to find another job. So it's been I've been existing on unemployment benefits, and those will run out eventually. So I just didn't know where to go from here.
I see what you're saying. That sounds like a lot to deal with. I understand.
Yeah.
Do you have any other type of support systems, friends, maybe?
Friends, family, somewhat. Most of my friends though were unfortunately, at my employers. My work friends, which were, good friends. We've worked together for many, many years. And we try to stay in touch, but everybody's scrambling to try and find a job, and they'll take whatever work they can get.
Absolutely.
It's really hard to, plan like an evening or something together. But yeah, we text each other quite a bit.
Get together every once in a while.
And I have a family, that's close by, but kind of one of those busy families. Lots of kids activities. I like to go to some of those, but in truth, if I went to all of them, I'd just be going 24/7, and that's too much for me.
Sure. What's that family consist of? Is it?
I have a daughter and a son who are both married, and one has 5 kids and one has 3 kids. So, and they're all in that kind of mid-teen age group, where they have all, sports activities, club activities. It's just it feels like they're on a hamster wheel, and I just have to jump off once in a while.
Sure. Now, what is your name?
Oh, Susan.
Susan. You're like
Van
Van White. Right. When were you born?
11/20/1962.
Okay. And then, how old are your kids? I mean, you said they live semi-close. They're in their 40s and they live close. So.
Well, one lives in Iowa City, one lives in Cedar Rapids.
Okay, so
it's driving distance.
Yeah. I see. So I know you were talking about having these thoughts about ending your life. Has there ever been an attempt, or has it just been the thoughts?
No attempt.
Okay,
I was kind of thinking, last night that, I could just take all of my medication that I have at home, at once. Because I was having, a hard time sleeping, and I just thought, oh well,
What kind of medications are you taking at the moment?
Oh, well, I have something for high blood pressure, and something for low thyroid, and I don't know if those are lethal, but I thought I could sprinkle in some Tylenol and make it work.
I see what you're saying. Have you ever been on any type of medication to maybe, is this like your first kind of encounter with these types of thoughts or these feelings that you had?
It really is. I mean, up until like 6 months ago, I was a highly productive, member of my family and society. It's just all the bottom's just kind of falling out for me. as far as, you know, having a reason to get up in the morning.
I totally understand that. You know, it's hard to kind of get your direction, but it sounds like you've been working towards, you know, finding a job and finding things to do or a hobby, you know, so I think it's hard for the moment, but I think if you just keep trying, I think that, you know, that effort, and we can definitely talk with the doctor, and, you know, if these are kind of persistent feelings, you know, we can look at maybe some form of medication to kind of help.
Oh, okay.
You know, so,
yeah,
I
that's what
mean,
my daughter said. She said, everybody's on medication for mood, you know, I shouldn't feel, you know, like I'm worse off. You know, she said the people she works with, you know, are take medicine for depression, so she
Yeah.
wants me to give that a try.
and, you know, it's just, there's a wide spectrum when it comes to these medications, so it might not be an instant fix, but it's definitely kind of that trial run. Once you find something that fits, you know, it's proven to be pretty helpful for some people.
Well, good. I'm encouraged to hear that from you.
Yeah. Do you have any other feelings or maybe hearing or seeing things that aren't actually there?
No,
Anything
not
like
that
that?
I would recall, no.
And other than these feelings that present themselves, do they come with anything, any type of physical pain or?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Not yet.
Well, let's hope that continues.
Yeah.
So, about these feelings, is there anything that you could think of that you do? You know, I know that finding the job and finding that kind of like something to stay busy. Are there any hobbies? There are things that you like to do that you could do more of while you're trying to find a job to maybe kind of boost your emotions?
Well, I was thinking maybe a little more structure at home. You know, right now, because I don't have a reason to get up, you know, I tend to sleep late and then stay up late. And, you know, that's kind of, you know, then that's when I have my worst thoughts. So I think maybe getting into a better sleep-wake routine would be helpful.
Yeah. And it's, at this point, kind of just a habit thing. I mean, there's plenty of over-the-counter medications that you can take to kind of help you go to sleep when you want to sleep rather than when you feel so tired that you have to sleep. You know, so melatonin is a really good thing for a lot of people to kind of just help them get to sleep at 10 o'clock if it needs to be, and then wake up, and that sleep-wake cycle is really important, making sure that stays consistent.
And maybe, you know, having at least one thing that I have planned to do that day. So whether it's just getting out of the house, you know, maybe pulling some weeds or
going for a walk, or maybe going to see do your kids have any grandchildren?
Oh yes, very active family lifestyle.
I bet.
So yeah, I do, you know, that's the one thing that will kind of get me out of my funk is spending time with my grandkids. So I do that at least, you know, a couple times a week. Yeah.
Good. Well, I like to hear that you have a support system that cares about you, and they stay in touch frequently. And
they do. They're a little bit worried, you know, they see that there's been some bumps in the road, and you know, they're willing to, you know, do whatever is necessary to keep me comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter even mentioned that maybe I should spend, you know, more time, you know, like with them, you know, I guess suggesting that I could move in, but she's a single parent, and you know, I'll give that some thought. If things don't, you know, turn around, you know, I'll give that some thought.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad idea. And if you're in a position now where maybe not even moving in, but moving slightly closer, if that is an option.
Pretty close.
Oh yeah?
I mean, not a stone's throw, but a couple blocks away.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Okay.
The kids can walk over. And
Oh,
they do.
that's perfect.
And they do. The little, well, not little anymore, but my youngest, well, I do, my son has some younger children because he has 5, but my daughter's kids are 11 and up, so.
Oh, you're getting up there.
They're really involved in school activities, so.
Do they play any sports? Do you go to?
Yeah, they all do, and that's what, you know, it's almost like something every night that I could go to. But you know, I mean, I have to kind of pick and choose because I have to share the grandma with everybody.
Absolutely.
I don't want to just favor one over the other.
I agree. I think that's good. But yeah, I think the root is, you know, just kind of that lack of direction. And I think
Right.
that you're doing a really good job when it comes to going out to look for jobs, and I think keeping consistent on that, going to interviews, just
Mhm.
applying, and
Mhm.
just kind of pie in the sky ideas, just be like, well, this is something that I'm interested in, let's just throw in an application. I think-
Maybe even going back to school, I've noticed that, some people have, changed careers midstream, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's always something that will make itself apparent if you
Okay.
pursue it. So I think it's a worthwhile idea to just try some things out, just kind of see what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, if I can just get myself out of bed in the morning. Set 2 alarms.
Yeah, 2 alarms, maybe wake up, go for a walk, get
Oh,
blood pumping,
Yeah,
and
good
then
idea.
figure that as kind of the start of your day, that routine.
Yeah, that's simple, but I think it's,
Could be effective.
Yeah.
Maybe not for everybody, because I can be a little hard to get out of bed in the morning too, but I think if it works for some people, it can't hurt to try,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, well, you don't know until you try, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Do you have any other concerns or questions for me maybe that you'd like to discuss?
No, just, somebody mentioned, maybe getting a schedule for the activities on the unit, so
Yeah.
if I'm up to it, I could maybe log down and participate.
Absolutely. And I can get that, right, when we get done, I can
Oh,
run and try to find something like that.
Sounds good.
Have you seen any of the activities or do?
No, they
Okay.
just mentioned that there's some groups and even, crafts and
Yeah.
things, and I thought, well, that's kind of, a step in the right direction if I can get, out of my head more.
Absolutely. And I can definitely bring you a sheet with all the activities and the times that they go on, and maybe like a whole month schedule I think they go by, so.
Well, I don't wanna be.
No, but we can, it can kind of open the door and show you what's available for while you're staying.
Good. No, they mentioned maybe a week, and I hope they stay true to that.
Sure.
Because, then I'm motivated to maybe work harder if I know that there's a deadline.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, if you don't have any questions for me, I'll just kind of leave you to it, and I can come back, like I said, I can go grab that schedule for you, and then I can come back in and
Sounds
see how you're
good.
doing in a little while, all right?
All right, Garrett, well, nice speaking with you, thank you
Absolutely,
very
it
much.
was wonderful to meet you, thanks for letting me in.
Sure,
Am I good to?
uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. I'll stop that. Man, time really flies quick, doesn't it?
Well, I didn't time this, but did it seem that way?